The fifth event of the 2026 GB4 Championship, partnered by the BRDC, heads to Norfolk and the Snetterton 300 circuit. Brown grass greets us as it's been dry and warm all summer, but a cooler day today here at the circuit gives us and sets the scene for a great weekend of racing where two titans are going at the head of the championship. It's returning driver in 2026 Alex O'Grady, who is fighting hard with Fred Green, and those two are going to be the main talking points of the weekend. My name is Piers Prior. I'll be building you up to the first race of this weekend. Alongside me, Chris McCarthy. Chris is going to be in the commentary box. I'll come join you later on, Chris. But it's good to be back at Snetterton. It's a place where this championship started a few seasons ago. I think it's almost fitting that we're going to be having our 100th race of the GB4 Championship this weekend.
Yeah, it's season 1. This is where it all began, and now we're back here, season 5. Building up to 100 races. So I think this weekend, yes, we're into the second half of the season with two championship rivals, as you said, going head to head. But it's a celebration of the championship, which has created so many good stories. So it will be good to cover those throughout the weekend.
Absolutely, looking very much forward to that, and it's cool that we've got those two titans we've mentioned. We've got Fred Green on pole position for the first race. We'll talk to him or hear from him later on. Alex O'Grady, who leads the championship, he's going to be pole for race 2, and they are currently first and second in the standings. But before we get onto that, I think it's a chance that we should look back at what happened last time out at Silverstone. Let's have a look back through rounds, those previous rounds at Silverstone. That was Silverstone. We're now at Snetterton. Some talking points from Silverstone there before we move on to look ahead to round 10 of the championship, which is coming up very, very shortly. Luke Hilton taking his first victory. Unfortunately, we won't be seeing Luke Hilton this weekend. Sad not to have him on the grid. But then a win in race 2 from Tom Ingram Hill, who's definitely coming into his own in his second season of the championship.
Yeah, he is. He's in that kind of chasing pack, isn't he, of the championship. We've got those top two, but then not too far behind. When you look at the point system in GB4, that you can get 35 for a win, that gap can close very easily up. And then Connor Willis as well, that emotional victory from the American driver who couldn't quite believe that he'd won when he'd come in to Parc Fermé at the end as well. So I think that was a lovely story to end on. But yeah, and also a first podium for Connor Grant as well, who's done really well in qualifying here today.
Yeah, Connor Grant, one of our rookies. Of course, this added for the 2026 season, the rookie championship. So basically, you take those rookies, Connor Grant, one of which is those, and there's a separate standings at the end of the year for those as well. And Connor Grant, a driver that's really coming into his own, really finding confidence. And the rookies, a reminder, they are drivers that have not done more than 3 full race weekends in car racing before this season, so very much new to not only single seat at Slicks and Wings racing, but also car racing in general. And actually, let's start by hearing from Connor Grant, who had a very strong qualifying this morning. Connor, a strong qualifying from yourself there, really coming into your own in this second half of the season.
Yeah, another strong qualifying for us. We line up 4th and 5th for race 1 and 2, I believe. It's not too bad, top rookie as well, so happy enough.
Yeah, and it must be good for you to have that as top rookie Is that your main goal for this stage of the season, or are you looking at overall results?
At the moment, we're just looking for overall results, just go out and prove how fast we are. Just good performances week in, week out. That's the goal at the moment. But yeah, it's nice to say that we were top rookie. We've got a lot of experienced drivers in the grid. So yeah, to be able to go out and compete with them is a good achievement.
Very good achievement indeed, and I feel like you're getting closer and closer to your teammate Dayton. We know that he was fast last year, he's been strong this year as well, second year driver. It must be good to have someone to learn off and look to in terms of the data as well, but you're getting closer and closer to him as well.
Yeah, it's been good to have someone a second year driver. He's done it all before, but the team have done a great job. I've learned a lot from both Dayton and the team. So just happy that we're kind of improving every weekend. We're getting more and more comfortable with the car, and the results are coming now.
I feel like you must be high on confidence after what was a really strong performance at Silverstone. You had the first podium, managed to hold on to that podium even despite some other issues. But what's your approach into this Snetterton now? Are you feeling high on confidence? Is that helping you drive better as well?
We've always kind of been a little bit stronger on race pace. So I think in the race we're going to be strong. We were P3 yesterday in our practice on old tyre. So we're not too worried about our race pace. We know we're going to be quick. Watch out for the track limits too. It's been a good weekend, kind of getting the car ready for the racing. We had the car ready for qualifying too. Did a decent job in qualifying, so we'll see what happens in the race now.
We look forward to seeing you in the race. You said the race pace is strong, and we know you love getting in a fight as well.
Yeah, I do.
Connor, thanks so much for chatting to us.
Thanks very much, guys.
Connor Grant looking ahead to this weekend's racing. Off the back of that strong weekend, his strongest so far at Silverstone, he's then consolidated that with the good qualifying that we just spoke about. And it was cool to see him on the podium, wasn't it? There was a lot of Irish support with Alex O'Grady sharing that with him.
Yeah, when he came into Parc Fermé, Connor Grant, his family, his supporters gave him a huge amount of support, but so did Alex O'Grady as well, and they cherished that moment when they went on the podium. The two of them got some lovely pictures of him with the Irish flag. That's clearly given him a confidence boost. That the rest of the weekend really didn't go well for him. We didn't see him make it to the flag essentially when you look at the results, but you can see he's kept the confidence, and it's showing qualifying already.
Yeah, the GB4 Championship really is international. We've got 12 different countries represented this weekend. Of course, we mentioned Ireland there. We've got a fair few drivers from Great Britain as well, one of which is Connor Grant's teammate. Dayton Coulthard, a returning driver this year, was looking to take a step forwards after his first season in car racing last season, and has done so. He also had a strong qualifying session for Douglas Motorsport, and I caught up with him earlier. Dayton, another strong qualifying session, P4. You must be happy with that.
Yeah, I think it's it's the best qualifying we've had this year, so it's we're on the right track.
Yeah, we've already spoken to your teammate Connor Grant as well. He's had a strong qualifying, so as a team it looks like you're taking steps forward, getting more confident, working together well.
Yeah, I think we've definitely found some things with the car, so I think we're making steps every weekend, so if we could keep this going for the rest of the races, it would be ideal, but no, so far so good.
And what about Snetterton as a circuit as well? Very different challenge to where we were last time out at Silverstone. How do you have to adapt your driving and the way you approach the weekend?
I don't know. I don't really like this track, to be honest. This is probably my least favourite track of the calendar. So for me, it's already a challenge before I get here. But it's just this weekend there's been a big temperature difference between practice and qualifying this morning. It's dropped by 10 degrees overnight. So it's kind of adapting to that. First thing out this morning is quite hard, but everyone's in the same boat, so it's a bit of a challenge, but it adds to the fun of it.
When you say adapting, put this in the cockpit, because a lot of people, never driven a GB4 car around Snetterton. When it's hot yesterday and it's cold today, how does that actually affect how the car feels and the way you drive it?
Just changes everything about the balance. Yesterday was more, let's say overall the front tires would kind of die off before the rears would, because of the heat. Today it's kind of the opposite, so you have to kind of drive it in a different way to avoid, because you don't want to lose the rear today, because it's easier to lose the rear today, and you don't want that, but you didn't want to lose the front yesterday. So it's really just kind of reversing what we were doing, so you're kind of reinventing the wheel a bit.
Yeah. And then looking ahead to the races now, 3 races this weekend. It's quite narrow, quite technical around here, so I suppose you're concentrating on some certain things?
Yeah, I mean, last year there was absolutely no overtaking here. So all I can hope for is chaos in front of me on the first lap, and just to get away with it, clean and safe. So I think everything's got to be done on the first lap. after that, it's just sitting and waiting for the checkered flag to come out. So I don't think it's going to be the most exciting racing this weekend, but just need to get as many points as we can.
That's exactly it, because getting pretty high up in the championship now as well. Like, sort of one eye on that for the rest of the year.
I mean, it's all I'm looking at, to be honest. Trophies are nice, but at the end of the day, championships what actually means something. So I've just got to just keep getting as many points as we can and see where we can end up. But there's a good opportunity for us to end up third in the championship after this weekend. So we'll see.
We'll see indeed. Dayton, thanks very much for your time, Swiss.
Thank you.
Great to hear from Dayton Coulthard, a GB driver, of course, proudly running the Scottish flag. Reminder, it's the GB4 Championship. I did just say GB3. No GB3 this weekend. Of course, we'll see them back later in the year, of course. Snetterton this weekend solely focused on GB4 racing. I mentioned already Conor Grant, a rookie in the championship. This series is aimed at giving people and young drivers their first opportunity to go either racing in cars or single slicks and wings racing. And we've seen drivers from this championship move on to amazing things, including Liam McNeely, who was in this championship 2 seasons ago with Fox Motorsport, now racing in the Porsche Mobil 1 Super Cup and to success and other Porsche racing around the world. We've seen so many other drivers. And on that, Liam McNeely now coaching for his family team, Fox Motorsport, one of the drivers of which is Archie Bullard, another one of our rookies. And I actually spoke to Archie Bullard earlier on and heard about how the season's been going for him, because he's literally gone straight from karting into GB4 Championship. Let's hear what he had to say. Archie, just had qualifying here at Snetterton. It's a tricky track round here, a bit technical, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely quite tighter than last round at Silverstone, and yeah, definitely more technical, yeah.
You're in our rookie standings as well. It's your first proper season, especially in single seater slicks and wings. How have you found it so far? I know it's been a big step for you.
Yeah, so started in rentals and came straight from rentals to here, so a big jump. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's just the fine details now that I have to find. I've closed the 7-second gap from when I was here in pre-season, so yeah, it's just that last second I need to find, 7/10ish. So getting there, but it's just the hard part now.
That is exactly the hard part. But tell us about that journey, because as you said, you've come from 7 seconds to 7/10, so you've literally 1/10 the gap. And that, as anyone who's worked in motorsport knows, that last 7/10 is the hardest. But you mentioned working on the details. A lot of people watching this may never have driven a race car. What are those things that you're actually working on that will help you find those last little bits?
Well, just more minimum speed through the higher speed corners, being more confident. I think the more track time I get, the more confident I'll be. Just on the fresher tyres, knowing when to come off that brake sooner and just manipulating the car in the tiny ways, the difficult ways, should I say.
Absolutely. And what about the challenges of racing around Snetterton? It's going to be your first opportunity to race around here. What do you envisage it to be like?
I'm going to imagine quite tight and tricky. I'm only going to be looking to go forward, starting I think in 20th. So yeah, only eyes forwards. But I think it'll be good. I like the tighter, more technical tracks, like closer to karting. So I'm excited.
Absolutely. And easy to spot both on and off circuit. Of course, you've got pretty distinctive pink helmet, which I very much appreciate, and then also the hairstyle stands out as well in the paddock. So making sure that you're getting everyone's eyes.
Yeah, well, you should have caught me last round. It was like bleach. Yeah, it was quite bright. But yeah, I wanted to go pink lids, copy you, but no, yeah, no, I think it's good to look the part.
Absolutely. Well, of course, Fox Motorsport doing a great job helping you get up to speed as well.
Yeah, absolutely. They're doing amazing. I think everyone, even my sponsor Prosperity's amazing, and then everyone at Fox. Cars very dialed. It's just on me to find the last little bit. Absolutely.
And some people may or may not know your dad was an ex sportsman as well. Does he help you much these days in terms of like the psychology and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. Like with fitness and stuff, I used to play football at a decent level, and he was helping me then. But I've been lucky with my dad. He's never pushed me into a sport. He's let me do what I want to do with the sport. His back pocket is not really happy with me doing this sport now over football, but he's happy seeing me do well, and he's enjoying it. So
it's great to hear, and you've always got a smile on your face in the paddock, which is great to see. So Archie, look forward to seeing how you get on this weekend.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Let's ride on board for a lap of a GB4 car in 2026 at the Snetterton 300 circuit with Archie Bullard as we head top speed in towards turn 1 of Riches. We hit the first apex, miss the second, and then watch out because the circuit comes up quickly on the left-hand side. There's absolutely no margin for error there. We brake heavily down into Wilson, the main overtaking opportunity of that big downhill braking zone. Late apex is required, a bit too much curve that time from Archie gave us oversteer. Then into the middle sector. This is very technical now. Sideways we head through Palmer. It flattens out of the exit. You saw there on the right-hand side. Track limits come up quickly. Do not run wheels over the back of the curve. Another big braking zone now. Narrow into Agostini. A late apex also required. Traction out of here is crucial. We stay right because we're opening up the quick left-hander here of Hamilton. We're going to try and get as close to the tyre stack on the left-hand side there. Track limits comes up quickly, a bit of oversteer, and then braking on the bump for Oggy. It's a tricky corner that's bumpy. You must use the curb, hit the first, miss the second apex, and now heading out through Williams. Potentially the most important corner on the circuit because it leads out onto the long Bentley straight, over 750 metres, completely flat out now, down towards Brundle and Nelson. You can see the bridge coming up in the distance. Another overtaking opportunity both on the inside and outside. We brake and turn at the same time. Get to the curb on the left-hand side. Stay left to open up the right of Nelson. Get on the power quickly because we're flat out through the bum hole. Track drops away heavily here. Car bottoms out, and again the track limits come up quickly on the left-hand side. Ideally, we're going to be going completely flat out through Coram, hugging the white line on the right-hand side on this lap, but it just runs ever so slightly wide, but does well to get back to the right-hand side to open up the last corner of Murray's. Traction, again, crucial there as we now have a flat-out run on the centre straight to complete a lap of the Snetterton 300 circuit in GB4. We are in the assembly area now, ready for the first race of the weekend. Looking at your pole sitter for race number 1, Fred Green, who's chasing down Alex O'Grady at the front of the championship. He's with Elite Motorsport. Let's hear what he had to say after setting the fastest lap in qualifying. Fred, you're getting pretty good at this now. 5th pole of the season. Couldn't quite get the double pole, but I know you're pretty content with that.
Content, yes. Not quite satisfied. My engineer did a fabulous job. He adapted to the track very well, and I had a great package. So, yeah, really happy to get race 1 pole, but yeah, gutted about the race 2 because I think it was easily on the table.
Very, very close, and it's your direct championship rival with Alex O'Grady as well. I know you're trying to hunt him down in terms of points after some misfortune earlier in the year, but it's not been an easy weekend up till now, has it?
No. So throughout testing, we struggled a bit, to be honest. Definitely. You know, you always hope for pole in qualifying, but I definitely wouldn't have bet on myself, to be honest with you. So, yeah, really chuffed to come away with that result, and yeah, super grateful to the team.
Last time we saw Fred Green pole and then Alex O'Grady pole for race 2, we saw a first second and then a second first. I'm hoping we can see some more good racing between you because you're right there in the championship together and also good racing on circuit. Not the easiest to overtake round here at Snetterton, but can you do something in that second race?
Well, I just need to get the first race done first and make sure he can't do anything to me. But yeah, obviously in race 2, see what I can do. Hopefully, you know, the start's always the biggest opportunity in the single-seater racing. So see what we can do there. But yeah, ultimately, I'd like to gain some points in him. So if I can beat him in every race, I definitely will try.
And with you both first and second, I imagine then race 3 is an opportunity for you. How do you approach that?
So obviously throughout the year, I've been a bit keen sometimes in reverse grid races, to be honest. So yeah, firstly, the goal is to finish, but also, yeah, if I can do Alex and maybe a few others, then would be nice.
Well, Fred, you've got a few points to close the championship, but pole positions are good ways of doing that. We'll see you go from pole in race number 1.
Yeah, thank you.
The engines are firing up here on the grid for the first race of the weekend, round number 10 of the season. We've already heard from Fred Green in the orange car here. Alex O'Grady is our championship leader. He's going from 2nd place. Then we've got an all Douglas row 2. We've already heard from both Dayton Coulthard and Connor Grant as well. But then row 3, you've got the 18 there, the 1.8, the pace performance car, Torrin Byrne, another strong qualifying session. He's really coming into his own at this stage of the season. 2 podiums last time out. 2 strong results last time out at Silverstone for the pace performance team. A 4th place and a 2nd in that reverse grid. He's going to go from 5th place in this one. Very much looking forward to that. Then you've got Franek Chigilski and Tom Ingram Hill, the 2 Fortec cars closely following behind there. Tom Ingram Hill, I think, would have been disappointed to be not the highest qualifying of the 2 Fortec cars. They are side by side. They're looking to push each other along, and then another pace performance car there. But also don't count out the driver that took a podium at the first event of the season, the elite car of Emilio Valentino Del Grosso in the number 5 Elite Motorsport car. Snetterton, a very tricky circuit to overtake on. The start, we've heard from the drivers, is going to be absolutely crucial. Down towards turn 1 and down towards Wilson are going to be the most important parts of the race. We're just a few moments away. Let's walk through and look a bit further down the grid if we can. Dayton Coulthard in the all-black livery there, races for Douglas Motorsport. Is Dayton feeling ready for this one?
He's always ready. I'd say so, yeah. His best qualifying so far over the last 2 years. He's happy, and yeah, 2 hours in 20 minutes.
And a good day for Douglas?
Yeah, exactly. Both cars in the top 5. What could we ask for?
Absolutely. Thanks very much for that. Douglas looking ready for a good race, rocking out the second row, only being beaten by the 2 drivers who were ahead in the championship, the first and second. That's the whistle, which means we are just moments away from round 10 of the GB4 Championship. I'm going to hand up to Chris McCarthy.
We're almost ready to go for the first race here at Snetterton. We're building up to race 100 of the GB4 Championship, back to where we started in season 1 in 2022. Snetterton 300 circuit, 2 very long straights, takes us to riches. Wilson is going to be one of the big overtaking opportunities when we get to the infield here at Snetterton. Very technical, and Williams crucial to get a good exit out of there onto the Bentley straight, and then some of the most tricky corners, Brundle, Nelson, and then round Coram there is an opportunity as well to go down the inside into Murray's. It is one of the longer circuits on the calendar, fairly flat circuit, but one that gives you plenty of opportunity for overtaking, and that's what the drivers will be looking to do here this weekend. We're into the second half of the season now, and a trip to Snetterton 300 it is. 27 drivers now ready on the grid, getting ready to go for round 13 of the season. And on pole position, you can see towards the front of the field there, Alex O'Grady. He'll be starting on the outside of the front row. It's to the left-hand side. You see on pole position, Fred Green. These two, the top 2 in the championship, in very much a close fight overall for the lead of the championship. Alex O'Grady on 247 points, who will start on the outside of the front row and on the inside of row 1, and on the inside of the circuit it's going to be Fred Green on 222 points. He had a difficult first race back at Silverstone a couple of weeks ago, but overall has been very close. Not just about these top 2 though, 27 drivers out there. We're going to take you through the full grid. They qualified a little earlier today, and this is their overall best positions that set this grid. Fred Green, Alex O'Grady, your top 2 on the front row. On row 2, it's Dayton Coulthard, his best qualifying performance, and Connor Grant likewise coming off the back of a podium at Silverstone. Then we have Torin Byrne on row 3 with Emilio Valentino Del Grosso, 12th place in the championship for him. Has had a podium this season. Franek Chigelski is on row 4 with Thomas Ingram Hill, who took a win last time out at Silverstone. 2 Fortec teammates there on row 4. Pace Performance, John O'Donnell will be on row 5 with Connor Willis. A victory for him at Silverstone, his first podium of the season as well. Josh McLean comes next. He's going to be on row 6. Enzo Hallman 2 to watch. Josh McLean 8th in the championship, Enzo Hallman 4th. And then we have Jordan Martin in 13th place, the top female driver on the grid and in the championship. Matan Ashitov for Elite Motorsport is next. Then we come to row 8. It's Archie Davies and Lily Mae Watkins next along on the grid, and see how they go in this one. Archie Davies 15th in the championship, Dimitri Nolan is next. He's going to be on row 9 with Jamie Leverton for the ADM Racing Team. Caught up with Gary Ward earlier, feeling very confident coming into this weekend. Michael Coe is on row 10 with Archie Bullard, who we heard from earlier. Progressing in the championship, still getting used to racing in single-seaters. Romain Bouquet is going to be next, along with Solem Armouche, the 2 French drivers just outside the top 20. Yasser Iskander, the Saudi Arabian driver, will be on row 12 with Holly Marl for KMR Sport. And then we have Enzo Ruggiero next with Caitlin McDaniel. Not feeling too well today is Caitlin. Had a really tough time in qualifying. We'll see if she can progress forward. And rounding out the field is Faris Organji. And just like that, Piers Prior has returned to the commentary box. Piers, we've got the top 2 in the championship on the front row, real head-to-head, but some good performances coming in behind from the likes of Dayton Coulthard and Connor Grant as well.
Yeah, we've got an interesting storyline, really, haven't we? Our top 2 in the championship, almost inseparable, both in terms of the positions, but also in qualifying. There was less than a tenth between them on fastest laps, and they swapped positions for the race that comes up tomorrow morning. That was set by the second fastest lap from qualifying, so close between these two. It really is going to be a case of who gets away from the line well, because we know notoriously difficult to overtake around this Snetterton 300 circuit.
It is. We've got those 2 very long straights as well, haven't we, in this one? So the likes of Murray's and Williams, crucial to get a good exit from those corners.
Absolutely, those 2 are probably the most important. We've got the Senna straight that we're on right now, 750 odd metres down towards Riches, but then the main overtaking opportunity is actually turn 2, so it's about carrying good speed and getting a good exit, or carrying that speed through turn 1 so you're not in a vulnerable position down towards turn 2, as the last few cars are lining up on the grid for our first start of the weekend.
Looks like we're almost ready to go then for round 13 of the season, into the second half now, and the battle really heating up between our top 2 on the grid and the top 2 in the championship as well. We'll wait for the green flag at the back and the lights will come on, and there we go. To the right of screen is Alex O'Grady, to the left is Fred Green on pole position. And we are go for round 13 of the season in the GB4 Championship. The race down towards Reaches begins, and it looks like a good start from Fred Green. He's going to be able to take the racing line through the first corner. O'Grady there in second place as all 27 drivers head through the first corner, and a very confident start from Green, not needing to defend. A little lock-up from Dayton Coulthard, who seems to have had a bit of a difficult start, has lost a couple of places, but overall you can still see drivers trying to get heat through the tyres, Piers, as well.
Yes, it's been so hot here over the last week or so, a few weeks to be honest, and then cooler today, only about 24 degrees, but we head down towards Agostini for the first time. Torrin Bird looking really strong past Dayton Coulthard, now at the inside of Connor Grant. What a move. That's for the podium playing position.
Yeah, just opened the door, barged his way through. That's a really good overtaking there from Torrin Byrne as we now head through the next section of corners. Dayton Coulthard just seeming to settle down slightly in this one. The top 2 already trying to escape and a couple of lockups. You do not want to get a lockup early on in the race here, Piers.
No, you really don't want to be locking up. If you get out of position or you lose momentum through a corner, it's easy to lose 2, 3, 4 positions in a row, as Dayton Coulthard found a poor getaway from the line means he's dropped down to, he was in third place. He's now down into, what's that, 6th place? As we've got side by side between the 2 Fortec cars, that's Jagielski and Tom Ingram Hill. Jagielski stays ahead, the rookie driver.
Yeah, and in the number 8 there, Tom Ingram Hill, winner last time out, just trying to progress his way forward. There come the last few cars around, as you can see the leaders already coming through this long right-hander at Coram. The clock ticking to the top left of screen. 20-minute race, just over 18 minutes to go now, as they're going to head out the final corner and down the start-finish straight. We go 35 points to the winner in this one, points to your top 20, and Fred Green takes us over the line to complete lap 1, and fight going on for 4th. Dayton Coulthard down the inside, and going off the circuit there. Grant has gone completely missing and has found parts of the circuit I don't think we've ever had found before, and that's going to be a bit of a difficult return to the circuit there. Grant going off, but Coulthard going through to third, feeling feisty in this one.
Yeah, we got side by side once again between the Vortex. Tom Ingram Hill, after a grid penalty from something that happened at Silverstone, having to fight his way back through, but Conor Grant's going to need a ticket to get back in. He went so wide at turn number 1. That was teammate on teammate battling, as we also have teammate on teammate battling continuing here. Now we're looking at the number 5 of Emilio Valentino Del Grosso, who's looking to pick up the pieces and get past our rookie of Jagielski as well. Jagielski just settled back in, but unfortunate battling between teammates. There is a few drivers running wide on the exit of Hamilton now, pushing on this second lap of the race.
I think Coulthard, it was a case. You could see the top 2 were escaping there, couldn't he? And you mentioned earlier, it can be difficult to overtake. There was the opportunity, and Dayton Coulthard went through. Let's take a look back.
If you look at the left-hand side tyre, the right-hand side tyre, of Conor Grant, he'd clearly been 2 wheels through the dirt on the exit of Murray's, and then side by side. I think that's a fair move from Coulthard. He was alongside enough, but unfortunately, once you're off the racing line, Chris, it's been so dry for here at Snetterton for so long. The racing line is rubbered in. As soon as you get off that rubbered in racing line, the grip drops away considerably. Is actually the fastest of the 3 drivers on this last lap visually is Torrin Byrne for pace performance, closing the gap to our championship leader O'Grady, who's in that the silver or the grey and blue number 3 of O'Grady there. You can see T16, 16 minutes remain, second place for O'Grady at the moment, only losing a few points to his championship rival at this early stage if it finished as it was.
Yeah, Torrin Byrne, I think a bit of a difficult exit from the final corner, but got his best result of the season last time out, with second place in the final race of the weekend, and has closed the gap to the top 2 now. Will this force a move from O'Grady? Will he be looking in his mirrors and see a large Torrin Byrne car appearing in the background? Are we going to see a fight start to erupt between the top 2 here?
Well, I think Byrne has nothing to lose, does he? Yeah. He's 2 in the championship. O'Grady is going to be playing the numbers game, although saying that, he's jinking to the side, and that little jink in the mirrors has forced Fred Green into a mistake. A lock up into Agostini, runs wide. That'll hurt his exit. Look, in the mirrors, weaving around left and right. As much as O'Grady doesn't need to beat Fred Green in this one, any time that he does...
Wow. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, there's some crops from the field that is adjacent to the circuit.
A GB4 car turned into a tractor.
Into a combine harvester. It is harvest season after all, Chris.
That's true.
But we continue cut back to our top 3. Interesting to see the ebb and flow of pace as well at the first half. At this lap, it was O'Grady that was pressuring Green. Now it's Byrne that's pressuring O'Grady, although down the back straight, Green feeling the need to break the toe ever so slightly, which says to me he's under pressure. He can feel O'Grady breathing down his neck.
You have a long time to think about things as well here as well. Does that play a part as a driver when you've got those long straights like that?
Yeah, you've got plenty of time to look in your mirrors, and in situations like this, ultimately these drivers, they all know that it's actually very, very difficult to force a manoeuvre around the Snetterton 300 circuit in GB4. We didn't see that many overtakes throughout the race weekend, especially in race 1 and race 2 last season. So realistically, your best chance of defence is just not making a mistake. But looking in the mirrors can actually put you under more pressure and give you a higher likelihood of making a mistake.
Dayton Coulthard has just taken the fastest lap of the race, a 1:49.424. He's almost 1 second quicker than Fred Green. You can see him in the background closing in, and there's confirmation of the fastest lap as well. Torrin Byrne, as you mentioned, nothing to lose. 7th place in the championship, hasn't yet taken a win this season, and here's a great opportunity to try and do so. But Coulthard really closing in, and I think Thomas Ingram Hill also one to watch as well. We're seeing him put in some very good sectors now he's released himself from his teammate.
Yeah, those two. Tom Ingram Hill started the race a bit further down than he actually qualified, owing to a 5-second penalty 5-place grid drop that he carried over from Silverstone in that race 3. So he is looking to push on. He's found his pace, and clearly in clear areas got more pace. But spoke to Fred Green in qualifying, and he was after qualifying, and he was actually surprised that he was in the hunt for pole position. Struggled to the elite team with Fred Green as well over the last couple of days. Didn't exactly have the car where they wanted it. So I think he was surprised at the pace he had in qualifying, extracted a lap or 2. But on race pace, it says to me that O'Grady, Byrne, Coulthard, Ingram Hill are all actually quicker than the man that's at the front of the field.
Jagielski in 6th place, just coming under pressure now from O'Donnell in the background, who's moving forward in this race. Has gained a couple of places already, and then it is Del Grosso next along. As the now top 4, a lead quartet it is, make their way out the final corner and down the start-finish straight. We've already seen Coulthard make one very good move in this race. Are we going to see another coming in shortly? We're approaching half-race distance very quickly.
Yeah, we're at 3 for the lead. It's very shortly going to be 4 for the lead as we head into the mid-stage of the race now. Jagielski now becoming under a bit more pressure as well from O'Donnell. Look again. O'Grady, our championship leader, trying to force a move on the driver that is closest to him in that championship battle. A reminder, it is the points situation is 2-4-7 plays 2-2-2. O'Grady leading Fred Green. In this race, the points will be 35 for a win, 29 for second, so a 6 points or 12 point swing for O'Grady, whether he finishes second or first, which is not the end of the world when the gap is as it is.
Yeah.
It would be 25 points as it stands, would get down to about 20. So very much still within a race win. But what O'Grady cannot afford to do is attempt a move that is unsuccessful and either have contact and have a DNF when Fred Green takes the win, or fall into the clutches of the pack behind and then lose position. Second place, not ideal, but not a disaster, especially when he considers he's on pole for tomorrow morning's race.
Yeah, that could change the approach if just the gap starts to form, because second place, good damage limitation, fourth, fifth place, then it starts to make a big difference, doesn't it? And we've got 2 drivers behind here who will want to go and get a race win.
Yeah, absolutely. And as I mentioned earlier on in the race, Torrin Byrne currently sitting a bit further down the order, 7th place in the championship. He's just looking to take as many points as he can. He's not exactly in the fight. He's not really in the championship hunt. However, he's trying to push himself up as high as possible, and a result like this would be great. If he can get higher, there's a gap. He's going to put his car in it, and much the same Dayton Coulthard. Coulthard also will have seen the fact that he's caught this lead group really quite quickly over the last few laps, so he knows he's got the underlying pace. So again, if there's a gap for him, he will be putting himself very much in it. And then also don't count out, this is now a 4-way battle for the lead. Tom Ingram Hill lurking there, our most recent new race winner. Actually no, that's Connor Willis technically.
Yeah, Connor Willis.
But in race 1 and race 2, although saying that, Dayton Coulthard, small lock-up showing that he's still pushing hard, but still in touch with this group. Now O'Grady dropping off the back of Green slightly.
Yeah, Ingram Hill will be getting very encouraged as to what he's seeing. He's seeing how close it is ahead, and they're making their way now down towards Agostini, where on the road to complete this first race, 10 minutes away from it, and on the road to 100 races, Piers, as well. A celebration weekend, isn't it, for the GB4 Championship?
Yeah, incredible that we've come so far since the start of the championship on a freezing cold morning at the start of a season for a new championship, a new chapter in British and international single-seater racing, and it's 100 races. It's come around quick, hasn't it? I've been here since race 4. I wasn't here for the first event, but different conditions at the same location. It's cool that it's the 100th race is going to be at the same location that the first race was.
Yeah, let's talk back at some of those memories whilst not missing anything important. But yeah, Nicholas Taylor was who won the first race here at Snetterton, our season 1 champion. And Megan Gilks as well, who became the first female winner in this championship and would become the first of many as well. It's been a championship where you get a €50,000 prize now towards a possible seat in F1 Academy.
Yeah, highest female driver in the order at the moment is Jordan Martin for the Fortec, the young American driver. She's come over and trying to follow in the footsteps of the likes of Alicia Parmovsky, of course, who is doing so well, having had success in this championship in previous years, and then is now leading the way in the F1 Academy. And you mentioned that prize, €50,000 going to the highest placed female in the championship should they get a seat in Formula 1 Academy in the years to come.
Absolutely. Race 23 then is when Taylor was crowned our first GB4 champion. Remember that day, Piers?
Yes, of course I do. Of course I was there. Nicholas Taylor, he was a dominant first season, Fortec taking that first season driver's title as well. But then since then the championship has grown. We've had more teams join the championship, more drivers. We had a record entry equaling at Silverstone as we see Thomas Ingram Hill is vortexing the fast lap. We've now got another intra-team battle here. The two hill speeds, the 99 of Connor Willis, who is the most recent new race winner in the championship, who won the reverse grid last time out, with Enzo Hallman, the Swedish driver, right behind him, pushing on. I know he was unhappy after qualifying, not happy with how the session went. I was hoping to grab a word with him, and he said, not now.
Yeah,
Not now.
out of position, isn't he, Enzo Hallman? And part of a very close fight for fourth in the championship. 187 for him, 178 for Dayton Coulthard, 172 for Ingram Hill as well, and then Torrin Byrne 152. So very, very close.
We're missing Fred Green. Fred Green is gone. Where's Fred Green? 8 seconds. He's now 9th place. This wasn't on camera, Chris, so I don't know what's happened to Fred Green. He's nowhere to be seen. So O'Grady inherits the lead of the race. Byrne 2nd. Coulthard 3rd, Ingram Hill 4th.
Well,
is Fred Green still running in the orange car? Yes, he is. He's slow. He's slow through Coram. Chris, drama.
Wow. Our championship contender, Fred Green, 2nd place in the championship race leader. Here he comes out the final corner. And is there a technical issue with that car? There must be either that or he's picked up damage of some sort, because he's coming into the pit lane now. And Fred Green, who is looking to close the gap on O'Grady, is now going to find himself a possible 35 points further back in this championship race. And here are the team now looking at the car. Do we notice? And it doesn't look like there's any damage visually, does it? And
no dust either, Chris.
A shrug of the shoulders from the team suggests we don't really know what's going on there, and they've turned it off. And that is the end of race 1 for championship contender Fred Green. And what an opportunity now for championship leader Alex O'Grady. He was 25 points ahead in this championship. He can extend that by 35. Right, let's find out what happened.
Oh, there was a bit of a puff of smoke there, wasn't there, Chris, on the exit of Palmer's. It's turn 3 and towards turn 4, and then everyone went through, and understandably, you can see their body language. Dejection for Fred Green, the driver that did everything right, fastest in qualifying, led the race at the start of the field, and then unfortunately out of his hands, dropped out of the order. But we'll continue to talk about the race as it is. It is O'Grady, our championship leader, who looks to extend his gap to the rest of the field. Torrin Byrne was going on to a 2nd place. Torrin Byrne on a rich run of form. He got a podium in race 2 at Donington Park, and then also podium last time, 2nd place on the road in that partially reversed grid. But pace performance really taking steps forward this season.
And Torrin Byrne has a chance to take his first win of the season as well. And you look at the gaps, Fred Green could be in trouble with being very much caught here to the likes of Dayton Coulthard, Thomas Ingram Hill and Torrin Byrne as well. It could be a 60-point gap between O'Grady and Green, which, when we're into the latter stages of the season, 2 weekends to go after this, that's going to be a really uphill fight for Fred Green.
Yeah, disappointment. Not much he can do now. All he can do is come back later on. He'll be going from 2nd early. There's a big dive from Emilio Del Grosso up the inside of Wilson, side by side with the 11 of Cegielski. Not quite enough room there. Good driving from Cegielski. Gave Del Grosso enough room because he committed to the move, but also kept hold of the position and got a good exit.
Yeah, I thought that was only going to go one way for a second there, but both cars now, you can see, making their way down to the left-hander, and it's Cegielski ahead as they now head out. You can see the number 11 car. So just under 5 minutes to go in this race now, and what are you going to be thinking if you're O'Grady, Piers?
You're going to be thinking it's a gift, an absolute gift. He was happy, quite content sitting in 2nd place, I think. He was feigning in the mirrors of Fred Green, but I don't believe O'Grady would have actually pulled out a high-risk manoeuvre. I think he was quite happy to, damage limitation, 6-point loss, not huge. However, nothing he did right or wrong but to cause Fred Green to go wide, but he'll take the extra points and drive away into the sunset. But this is the battle further down the order now. We're looking outside the top 10. That is the Hill Speed car, followed by Fox, and then followed by Scorpio.
Yeah, we've got the number 10 in that fight at the back of the queue, which is Organji.
Yeah, Dimitri Nolan is there in the Hill Speed car.
Yeah, just at the front, as you mentioned, in the Hill Speed car is Nolan, the red liveried car, and then you can see the red and white Fortec of Cegielski just leading this trio. Here we come towards that predominantly white livery of McLean. You can see gaps to the driver ahead on the left-hand side of the screen. Time to go on the top left, and now time to go for a move into the hairpin for Del Grosso. Easy to spot in that bright yellow livery, and a bit of a bumpy exit there out of the corner for Cegielski.
Yeah, Cegielski, our highest placed rookie in the championship at the moment. Pushing on as we've got potential battling further up the field. O'Grady has scarpered away from Byrne, and Coulthard also dropping off the back into the clutches of Thomas Ingram Hill. Interesting that Dayton Coulthard had the early race pace, didn't he? He really caught up to that front group, maybe taking a lot out of his Pirelli tyres early on, and now suffering a bit in the later stages.
And this is the first part where they learn about tyre management, isn't it, coming into single-seater racing. Is this circuit one of the trickier ones, would you say, for tyre management?
It's not the hardest, but with the high track temperature we've been experiencing, I was chatting to Dayton after qualifying and after practice, and he said that when it was hotter yesterday in the 30s, it was the front tyres that generally fall away, but when it gets cooler, then the rear tyres potentially struggle a bit more. So that's something that the teams have to chase as well. They have to look at the conditions of the circuit on each day and the rubber that's gone down. We've got British GT here this weekend as well. They'll lay a lot of rubber and cause a lot of marbles. We've got battling the number 4 going side by side. That's Jamie Leverton with the 95 as well of Sulan Amroche.
So that's been a change of position, hasn't it? Leverton has gone through into 18th place, and now we come back to our leader and just has to keep it on the tarmac now. Does O'Grady, coming through the first corner at Ritchie's into the Montreal hairpin. The real focus is going to be on this fight here for third place, isn't it?
Yep.
Thomas Ingram Hill, with that grid drop, has now overcome that and is staring at a possible podium finish, just as to try and get by Coulthard.
Yeah, and these two are very close in the championship as well, separated by only 6 points are Ingram Hill and Coulthard. 178 plays 172, Coulthard ahead at this stage, so that is for 5th and 6th place respectively. So they're still fighting for top 5 honours in the championship as well, so not only fighting for the final podium position but also for positions in the championship as we head towards the pointy end of the season. Chris, we're over the mid stage.
Yeah, Donington next, Brands Hatch after that, and Donington appears is where we saw Tom Mills take a hat-trick. Do you remember this one? In season 2, went on to become the GB4 champion. Just 8 races into the 2023 season, would complete a hat-trick of victory, something that's only been done a handful of times as well. What a weekend that was for him.
Yeah, brilliant weekend for the KMR Sport team as well, as they sort of consolidated themselves as a front-running team, and they're clearly doing that this season as well. I know they struggled a little bit at the start of last year, one of the teams that have only done GB4. Some of the teams like Fortec and Elite and other teams have done GB3 with this car, but then they've got on top of things, they've figured the car out, and now they're going to take another victory and extend their championship lead.
O'Grady making his way now up to the start-finish line, and that will be the checkered flag for O'Grady, who takes the win to extend his lead in the championship. That is going to be 2 wins this season for O'Grady and 5 podium finishes as well. He has not finished outside of the top 10 all season, and it's that consistency which leaves him stretching away in the championship. Torin Byrne finishing in 2nd place. Really good drive from the Pace Performance driver. That's 3 podiums across the last 3 weekends so far, and Dayton Coulthard finishing in 3rd place to take his 5th podium of the season. What a result for the KMR Sport. Of course, we lost Fred Green from the race, sadly, players, but O'Grady taking full advantage of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to take the luck when it comes. Unfortunately, more bitter luck for Fred Green, but good day for KMR Sport, as well as also Lily Mae Watkins picked up, I think, her best result of the season as well, in 13th place. So the KMR Sport moving in the right direction, absolutely.
Yeah, and it would be Tom Mills with KMR Sport, who took the championship title in season 2, did it with a round to spare as well, with 10 wins and 14 podiums in 18 races, and in race 42 of GB4 he would secure the championship, one of the most convincing championship wins we've ever seen. And are we seeing another Tom Mills here in Alex O'Grady? Has finished inside the top 10 in every single race so far this season, and that is now 5 podium finishes for the Irishman. as well. A real shame that we lost Fred Green from that one with some technical issues, but there is still a way to go in this championship. We might be into the final 3 weekends, but it's 35 points you get for a victory. Let's turn some focus to the other drivers who finished on the podium there. Torrin Byrne, brilliant result, has really started to show some great form across the last 2 weekends now, taking 2 podiums, has been in the top 10 every time he's taken the checkered flag, just one DNF in the first race at Silverstone, and elevating himself up the championship, getting towards that top 5 is 7th, but will be moving forward. And Dayton Coulthard, likewise, closing the gap to Enzo Hallman, 4th place in the championship, 3rd place no Luke Hilton, so will go ahead of Hilton as well, as long as he takes decent points. But out front, it's Alex O'Grady for the 2nd time this season who takes the checkered flag first. He'll climb out of the car now. Mr. Consistency is Alex O'Grady, and now leading the way by some distance in this championship. Huge congratulations to Alex O'Grady. Torrin Byrne finishing in 2nd place for pace performance. I think we'll be very happy with that. It's getting closer and closer to taking that first win of the season. That is back-to-back 2nd place finishes for Torrin Byrne, and there we can see Dayton Coulthard as well, who has climbed out of the car. His Silverstone weekend was just all about consistency. 3 top 10 finishes, didn't quite get on the podium, but he's back there now. Was last on there when he won at Donington Park off the back of taking a hat-trick of podium finishes. And there you can see the KMR Sport team going up to O'Grady. We mentioned we're going to be talking stories of Road to 100 all the way throughout this weekend. Tom Mills went on his way to taking the championship win in dominant fashion back in season 2, and Alex O'Grady doing really good stuff here so far this weekend. KMR Sport have been with us right since the start. They've taken championship titles. They know what it takes to build a driver and take them to the title, and Alex O'Grady doing really good stuff. Interesting to see what the response will be now from Fred Green. Alex O'Grady will not get carried away with this. He'll know that there's still plenty of time to go in this championship. Looks like we're about to hear from him now. Piers Prior, over to you.
Alex, well, unexpected win there, but you'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was quite a bit quicker than Fred at the start, but he had the track position. I think he would have won that race. So, yeah, shame for him. He really needed that win to keep close to me in the points, but no, it's good for me, and yeah, happy to take home a win.
I spoke to you before the race and you said you were probably happy with damage limitation, take 2nd place, then go from pole tomorrow morning, but there was a few jinks in the mirrors there. Were you going to try and move if there was a gap?
Yeah, I felt like I could send it, and I think if it was last year I probably would have, but didn't want to risk anything. There's no point in doing that, and then he broke down anyway, so yeah, I was happy enough to sit in P2, but yeah, played into my favour.
Another win, ideal for the championship.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've been quite consistent, and we got a nice gap now, so hopefully we can keep extending that.
Congratulations on another win, Alex O'Grady, championship leader. Now we'll grab a word with 2nd place. Torrin, what a drive, mate. Brilliant, brilliant drive. Pace really strong.
Yeah, really happy with that. I think, you know, pace was strong. Fortunately, didn't quite have the pace to catch Alex, but no, I think it did a good job and had a good start.
3rd podium of the season. Surely a win is only a matter of time.
Honestly, I'm dying for it. But no, it's really nice to actually see this momentum building through the 2nd half of the season. So.
Yeah. Pace are in a really good pace at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm really proud of the team. I mean, they've done an amazing job to be in only our 2nd year running this car, to be fighting like this. I think it's something we should be really proud of. And, you know, we've got really strong race pace, and once we get this 1-lap pace sorted, I think we'll be right up there.
Congratulations, Torrin. I'll let you go and celebrate as we grab our 3rd place driver, Dayton Coulthard. Dayton, we spoke to ahead of the race. Dayton, this side, mate. This right. I've only got short arms, you see. Dayton, 3rd place. I assume you'll take that after what was a difficult start.
Yeah, bit of a complicated race. It was just a game of catch up again at the end. I got my foot stuck under the brake pedal at the start. The car was rolling back, so I had to hold the brakes on, and I don't know what happened, but we ended up in that situation. So it was not ideal, but it was points in the end. So
early race pace was really strong. You caught up to the front group, but then it looked like towards the end you fell away a little bit. Is that tyres?
Yeah, it just started. I was pushing as hard as I could, so I think I might have overdone it a bit, but they were gone at the end. But that's all I could do, so I can't ask for much more.
I can't ask for much more. Congratulations, Dayton Coulthard there, third place. That was our podium. I think it's time we have a look back at what was a dramatic first race of the weekend.
Round 13 of the GB4 Championship. We had our top two starting on the front row. Second place in the championship, Fred Green, would lead us away as we headed down to the first corner here at Snetterton for 20 minutes of action. It was a clean start throughout all 27 drivers on the field, and then it was down to the hairpin at Montreal. You could see the leaders coming through here, and Green quickly settled in. We saw Dayton Coulthard dropping back a little bit after issues with the brake pedal on the start-finish line, and then went for a big send coming into the first corner, and that sent the number 54 car off grass cutting, and you could see had to come back in there, did Connor Grant, to get all that grass back up. Drama towards the end of the race. Fred Green had technical issues and had to make his way back, and then it was focus for Alex O'Grady. Just bring it home, bring home the 35 points, extend that 25 gap up to 60 points, and that's exactly what he'd do, taking his second win of the season. KMR Sport, who took the championship title with Tom Mills in 2023, now looking strong to go and add another championship title here as we have the Road to 100 races here at Snetterton. Torin Byrne finishing in second place, a really good result from the number 18 driver, and Dayton Coulthard finishing in third. Time to get the drivers on to the podium then. We will see the top three coming up. A really solid race, wasn't it, from our leader there. As I mentioned already, yet to be outside the top 10 positions this season. Hugely impressive stuff. Dayton Coulthard in third. After a bit of a difficult start, made up for it, didn't he? Felt he took a little bit too much life out the tyres as he closed in to the top three on the road, but solid points, as he mentioned, and another podium. Torin Byrne finishing in second place. 3 podiums across the last 3 weekends for the pace performance driver, and they're really starting to get their hang of it, aren't they? But coming on to the top step, 2 wins now this season for the KMR Sport driver, the Irishman Alex O'Grady. His 5th podium of the season to extend his gap in the championship. And it's David Brabham there giving out the trophies to the drivers. Knows all about getting on the top step of the podium and what it takes. Alex O'Grady picking up the trophy there. There's your top 3, but that's only the first race of 3 this weekend. The drivers know there's still a long way to go. Plenty can still change, but that will be a very good start for them. They'll be very happy with that one, and O'Grady going back onto the top step for some trophies. Will he be back on there again tomorrow is the question. It's an early start for our second race of the weekend, 9:10. We will be out, and then the final race of the weekend will be at 2:10. The top 2 in the championship coming into this will be the top 2 on the front row for race 2. That's made up of your second fastest lap times, and then we reverse the top 12 from qualifying, similar to the system they run in Formula 3. There is Tom Mills as well, can see in the background, a former champion. Right, I think let's get some more reaction, shall we? Let's go down to Piers, who's by the podium.
Thanks very much, Chris. Yeah, we're down here to get in some reaction. We've already spoken to our top 3, and I thought I'm going to butt in and interrupt John Cavill. Sorry, John. We're going to go a quick word with Kevin Mills, because Alex O'Grady, another win. Again, maybe not the way you want to take it when you see another competitor unfortunately unable to take the victory, but also a strong result for you, your team as well, with Lily getting her best result of the season too.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about Lily to start with. P13. She's had a bit of a rough run of it, really. Had a bit of bad luck, and got injured as well with her hand at Donington. So this weekend really is the first time to be, fully strong again, and that's the sort of result she can do. So P13, great. Yeah, and obviously Alex, we don't want to win by another team having a problem. but we'll take it anyway. You know, it's a long championship and we need all the points we can get, so we'll take that win, but hopefully we can win from pole tomorrow properly on the road.
Amazing. We'll look forward to that. Alex did a great job to put it on pole and then did everything right in that race as well.
Yeah, he did. You know, he's such a cool customer. Like, you know, he's just really laid back and nothing phases him. You know, in racing form and out of the car, like he's really calm. So we're really pleased with him.
Amazing. Well, Kevin, congratulations. We'll let you go and debrief after what was a successful start to the weekend there. That was race number 10 of the season. We got round 11 coming up tomorrow morning. Make sure you stick around for that. Same place, MSV-TV YouTube channels there. That's going to be 9:10 the race starts. So join us about, probably about 10 to 9 tomorrow morning for that second race where Alex O'Grady goes from pole position. Fred Green will be looking to make amends and come back with vengeance to try and take back some of the points he lost today. And then we've got the reverse grid as well. So that was round 10. Round 11 coming up tomorrow morning.